timestamp. It is June 16th, 2026, a couple minutes after 9 p.m. Hell of a day. Alex had a doctor's appointment. We're trying to get everybody back on track. On the way back, the car started to overheat. So we've got some kind of water leak thing going on. Limped it home. Called Fun Size for advice just because we were basically dripping orange water, which is rusty water of some sort. So we were thinking probably the hose or something like that. And she's a lot more mechanically savvy than I am for sure. She and my wife both, frankly. And that was kind of the opinion of both of them, but I said, well, running out of friends who are alive to call. It's a weird realization. You know? Got some great friends that are still alive, but they have moved. They're in another state now. Got some in Georgia, some in Colorado. There are a few friends down here at this point. Now, when I say down here, I don't want any of my friends in Bradenton to think that I'm brushing them off, but being that at that moment we were in Hillsborough County, if we needed help, that was kind of a tall ask. So, because I got lots of friends in Bradenton, Sarasota. That's 50 miles away, so this is my rebel cat. It's not supposed to be on the board. And he knows that. And he, in fact, doesn't care. Main reason, I think, is because he's a cat. So we did manage to get it home. Und am I about to do this very wrong or very right? I haven't used this particular kind before. Let it cool. Add water. Pix now has like 3 jugs of water. Because when you're moving, it doesn't seem to get hot. It's when you're like stopped at a light or whatnot that the temperature gauge starts to really climb. Pulled over a couple times on the way home just to make sure there weren't shenanigans. Thinking of you, Russ. Thinking of you, buddy. I definitely think I'm doing it wrong. Hello. This is probably a huge mistake right here. Not so much in there, is there? That's a big bottle for not a lot. I'm going to read the instructions. Crazy. With cap on product, shake. That's a smart thing, right? Then turn upside down and tap hard. Tap on hard surface to shake gel into bottle nozzle. Bottle nozzle. That's fun to say. try and see if I can make this work. Ooh, hello. And from a crafting standpoint, I don't care if I'm messy with this, because I'm going to make it look like industrial sealant anyway. If you've ever seen like industrial piping and whatnot, they almost always have like industrial sealant and stuff. Hey, I didn't glue my fingers together. If you've ever done like a lot of models or anything like that, you know what I'm talking about. I was working on some projects. It's like you're permanently a Vulcan. It happens. So we're doing some more of the mocha marshmallow. It's quite good. With my fabulous new mug. Hell of a day. Doc's appointment went fine. Alex had a physical. Nothing made the doc go. So that's a good thing. You know, we didn't think there would be, but you know, there are moments, times. You know, had a couple of those. Financially, we're nervous. Okay, so I had that larger sale that got returned on me. I've got like 6 sales to send out. Luckily, I have cash. I can pay for the shipping. But and it's cool because I owe eBay money at this point. They basically paid the guy back, and they're attempting to bill me every day. My card can't take what they're trying to bill, so it's just bouncing. It's not causing an NSF or anything like that. But blood from a stone on this one, because I wasn't expecting it to get returned immediately, and it, you know, with no reason, no communication. Kind of jerky. And I even reached out and went, "What happened? What's going on? Something wrong?" No response. None. Jerky. So eBay covered the return, and I had already spent the money on bills and stuff. You know, they needed like 400 back, and I had already spent 300 of it. I had 100 sitting there, and they're trying to pull 400 from my card, and my card's like, I don't have it. You know. So all my sales have just been basically paying it off. Again, it's cool. I owe you the money, so that's fine. That one Beanie Baby that somebody was asking about the size of it, they bought it. That's one of the things I need to send out by Friday, by Thursday. Got a Monster High pet and some Scooby-Doo figures and yeah. If all these little sales pay back that, then cool, great, awesome. Exactly. be on the way home, stopping, stopped by the post office, dropped off the packages that I had ready to go, went to Aldi real quick just to pick up some like coffee creamer, bread, nothing extravagant, but some stuff that if we don't have it, people will die. Do not want to run out of coffee creamer in this house. Bad things happen. I stopped and got gas. It was only, bearing in mind that our car is a snob and requires the super unleaded or it chugs funny. We paid $4.59 a gallon for the super. Still way more than it should be, but that's what happens when you pick a fight in oil country, needlessly. Just saying. If you've been watching any of my videos, you know my feelings on this, and I know I've got a couple of viewers that are like, "Don't get political." It's part of our world. Just, you need to grow up, because that orange guy is affecting everything. Voting, your wallet. I have some brown friends that are afraid to leave their house, stuff like that. American citizens, but that doesn't seem to matter. So, And I've been to New York. I've read the plaque on the statue in the harbor. Toured the statue. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. The plaque does not back up what we're doing right now. It doesn't. Somebody missed the point. Somebody who's making money on birthday parties and stuff. Yeah, pay attention. He's not a good guy. This, however, is a very good coffee. I like it. We almost ripped through the first bag that I got, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to grab a second one of that. That's getting drunk. It's getting drankin'. Oh, that hurt me. Tiny used the word drankin' the other day. I was just like, I say used the word loosely, because if you're a non-English speaker, drankin' is not a word. You drank, you had drunk. Drankin'? No. No. Exactly, that was my head. I heard that in my soul, like shriveled just a little bit. Certainly I taught better than that. Didn't I? Dear God, man. Yeah, I told Pix and she was like, okay, that was not learned from me. And I'm like, I know, that was a whole new squirrel. That's a song from Aladdin, right? Whole new squirrel? Pretty sure. Yeah. They're on the carpet, they're looking at acorns and trees and stuff. Pretty sure. Not you. My dog. I have a dog named Acorn. It's totally different. So yeah, I'm tired. Got up early to make sure that we would make the appointment on time and all that, so. Oh yeah. We're gonna go in the living room. Whoa. Behold my hand. Having a Star Trek flashback. Hey, who mourns for it? No? Who mourns for it on us? Nobody. Okay. It's a really good episode. I am Apollo. No, not. That's that British guy, Bamber. Uh-oh. Cross genre. How can I make this work? Can I do that? I think I can. So that. Hey, that works. Yeah, okay. I reset my living quarters. Very exciting stuff, I know. But I'm chronicling. So I used to sleep on that side, now I'm going to sleep on this side. Two reasons. One, I sleep on my right side better. And if I sleep on my right side with my head on that side, I'm basically facing the back of the couch and I don't get the fan. I don't get the airflow. And also, if I sleep with my head on that side, it's closer to the litter robot. And Tiny's old man cat Kaiser is an evil, evil bastard. And as such, and I say that with love, and as such, when he does his business, okay, the litter robots are amazing. If you weren't sure, if you're a cat owner, they are amazing. Not sponsored. I have no sponsors. No companies love me. Not even Harry and David. Come on, guys, send me for coffee. I love you. However, if you have a cat that didn't read the instruction manual or is just ornery, they can still do it incorrectly. One of the great things about litter robots, I picked up some, we went to Dollar Tree too. We saw Barbara, Andrea, and some of our friends. I got a hug from Barbara. My store manager gave me a hug. She was like, I miss you guys so much. You know, it's just not the same year without you. It's been really rough. Can I hug you? Like, yes, you may, Captain. Not what I was expecting, but okay. I love my coworkers. I've worked with some really, really fine people over the years. I've worked with some that not so much. But Barbara, my store manager, who I frequently call Captain, which I'm sometimes addressed as Captain, I give her that respect too. If you understand me, you understand. Andrea started out as, I got promoted into management. She was the nighttime cashier, and when I took over basically the night managing position, she was my lead cashier, and we became fast friends. She's great friends with my wife now. They both do the C dramas and the K dramas. If they get in the room with a TV that can do that, or a computer and tea, you won't see them for the rest of the day. It's a thing. They will be talking about a historical drama that they've both watched that has 903 episodes that they adore. They will drink tea, discuss it, watch an episode, whatever. It's a thing. Just don't. So we stopped by. Q wasn't there, sadly, but I saw 2 out of the 3 people that are very important to me. I did not get to see my work husband, but I did later on in the day call my work wife, See, Andrea kind of became Kelly's work wife. You know, if you understand that thing, you understand. Q, when I was at the tree, was pretty much my work husband. And when I went to Ollie's, Fun Size was pretty much my work wife. So we did actually, my wife and I both did actually talk to our work wives today. Just thought I'd share that. But yeah, no, I have been told by people who know me that I need to figure out how to unwind better, because I am not self-destructing, but with everything going on, I need to decompress better. I haven't like lost my temper or like started throwing things or anything like that, but they can see it in my eyes, I guess, that the 3 years of this particular ugly roller coaster is in fact getting to me, and I'm trying to take their advice. Because they are people that know me, and I think it's probably some wise counsel. And I do try to take wise counsel where I can. I do. So rearranging so that I can sleep better. I won't get, yeah, Kaiser. I can tell by looking over there. I'm not going to put it on camera because no one needs to see that. Okay. He will stand. Okay, so basically it's like a drum. And the litter robots are great because they don't have any kind of a door or anything that closes. There have been kitties that have been killed with some of the ones that have doors that close because the sensor will fail, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants that, you know. If you care about your animals, you don't want to come home to that. And I've seen some stuff where people did. I don't even want to imagine like my Hexie, Mr. Doodle, having that kind of situation. But so it's a barrel. It's a deep barrel. And when the cat's done, they have sensors, and it'll rotate, and the stuff will drop into a little chute, and all the sand goes in a little. There's like a grate. The sand will go in there so it doesn't get used up, and then it comes back, refills, and presto! Kaiser will get into the robot. He's got half right, but instead of turning sideways, he will face the back wall with his butt basically at the entrance. And he has been given the nickname Captain Grapeshot because he will shotgun blast basically out of the robot. No one needs that. We think he's just being a dick. Because we've also seen him use it correctly. I don't understand it. So when he does that at 3 a.m., which he's prone to do, it wakes me up. So I'm thinking if I'm an extra 6 feet away from what we will call the blast radius, it might help my sleep a little bit. Because he does, he wakes me up. There's a wet shotgun sound. Picture that if you will. I can do it if you want, but it's terribly graphic. And then, whoa. Smelling salts from the bog of eternal stench, basically. Which, yeah, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So, I'm still not AI, by the way. Just letting you know. So I figure if I turn this way, number one, I'll be sleeping on my right side, which is good. And I won't be dealing with Jareth's punishment over here. Because I wake up feeling like Ludo. So bad. The ooze of gagging and choking. It's a variation from the Dungeon Master guide. But in an effort to unwind better, resetting this area over here. I've got the TV turned so that I can sit here and look right at it. Went through the DVDs and Blu-rays that I've got here, and I've got a whole bunch of the ones that I either want to watch again or haven't actually seen to begin with, like up in the front, so that I can start going through them. I can have my own movie night. I can take myself on a date. Picked up some snacks at the tree. Brims, also not a sponsor. One of the brands that I think most Dollar Trees actually pretty much carry, at least down here. They still have pretty good portions. There's a lot of shrinkflation going on. It's really, really annoying. So I picked up some popcorn because, you know, me and Drew Barrymore, that's what we do, right? No ghosty face. Picked up some buffalo cheddar. That sounded like fun. And some hot honey popcorn. Seemed like a good idea. Going through all my army, because I am that doofus, and I make no apologies. I am a pro plush guy, and this is not one of my totes. When I say that I have medium totes full of the Final Faction guys, I mean the big 30 whatever gallon. I've got like 3 of them. These are just some of the ones that I have that are loose hanging around. But I know I just showed some people the other day, and it's something that I have gotten questions about before, so I thought, well, what the hell. So the ones that I'm talking about, the crawlers, that I would like to get more of, now they did a regular edition. It was just the version they put out first, and then they did a poison edition or toxic edition. I forget what they called it, but they did a really radical paint variation. So this is the original, and they're gorgeous. I love these guys, like little crabs. These came in a 2-pack, which for a buck and a quarter, these are about Kenner quality, like early Kenner. For a buck and a quarter, yeah. I mean, hell, back in the day when the Kenner figures first came out, Kenner Star Wars, I was paying, I want to say 97 cents for a Star Wars figure. And then like a year later, whatnot, when people realized, oh, these are cool, and it started becoming more of a thing, they jumped all the way up to $1.97. Talking to a Gen Xer here. Imagine paying $1.97 for a Star Wars figure. Did I ride my bike up to Kmart after mowing some lawns? Yes, I did. They had G.I. Joes too. Yeah. I wasn't as into the G.I. Joe. I did buy the accessory packs though, because big old thing of guns and helmets and stuff like that. Yeah. So this is the paint variation. I'll leave them do them side by side. As you can see, radical difference. They're doing a purple and kind of gold, and this is all green and black. Beautiful. Beautiful look. I love these guys. But my favorite of the variations, because there's all kinds of interesting critters that they did. Because they did like, I don't know, 8 different figures, I think, of just the creatures. They did humans too, kind of their G.I. Joe. I think they're kind of pudding-faced. They're not really all that impressive to me. Some people think they're amazing. I'm like, I've seen better. The Kenner Star Wars figures were better. The early G.I. Joe figures were much better. I don't even mean the original G.I. Joe. I mean after Rick Moranis got a hold of them, those still look better. You know, you're talking 1980, somewhere in there. I'm not sure when the G.I. Joes came out. It might have been earlier than that. because I know they hit very soon after Star Wars figures started to really take hold, which would have been late 76, early 77. I think Hasbro was like 4-inch figures, huh? You know, it's definitely not the way we started out with this product line, but what if we let Rick Moranis get a hold of our product line and just really crank that Ray down and see if we can make something that's like competitive, marketable, you know, cash in on this cow a little bit. So this is the figure that I like the best design-wise. Frankly, again, the creatures and the robot ones, they're all pretty cool. Like, it's just crazy. I love it. Yes, they did a robot dog. I think his name is supposed to be like Churro or something. It's a robot Rin Tin Tin looking thing. Come on, that's a Rin Tin Tin look going on there. As, you know, a Sherman. I put the pew-pews on there because they have holes where you can like mount some of the different things from the accessory packs. So I thought, hey, yeah, shoulder cannons. Yeah. Again, I'm a dork. I know that. Oh no. But this is the design that I like the most. Pretty basic. Pretty basic. I'll pull the other one out so you can see the ink variation. And give him his standard sidearm, because they did those different too. I mean, color-wise. Yeah, you have to hold. There you go. This is the drone, which, look at that. That's the pew-pew that he comes with. Rather interesting and alien looking. So that's the original. You can see they got the like purple and almost blue coral kind of thing going on. Not the kid from Walking Dead. That's not coral, that's different. Und. Oh, and also holes in the feet. See, it's not just me. And then they did the like toxin or poison variation, which again is black with like the green. They did the pew-pew in the green. Quite cool. Only a mother, right? I think they're fabulous. And again, from a action figure standpoint, very reminiscent of the early Kenner, as far as movement style and even material durability, which, if you're into action figures at all, side by side. Same sculpt, very different color, and it's not painted. Well, the green is painted, the blue is painted. They did do the base color plastic, so it doesn't like scratch off and stuff. If you are into action figures, you have most likely bought an action figure at a dollar store before and gone, wow, this thing's gonna break first day. These don't. I mean, you can. You can. But you're trying, typically. My only sadness is they did accessory packs, they did weapon packs. I wish they had done a toxin or poison weapon pack. You know, all 4. I forget if there are 3 or 4. That's what I want. Might just be the 3. Because these are what they did in the weapon pack for the Karn. Again, pirate, very pirate word. I know it's a pew pew, but it almost looks like a Romulan ship to me, design-wise. Can you just picture that? But I wish they had done these in the green as well. That would have been pretty cool. They put out like a toxic. You get me. My only sadness where that's concerned. But overall, my compliments. But yeah, they did. These are just gentlemen. Bravo. Very nice. That's a thick figure. That is the, I think it's called Diabol, Diabol. They're very obviously playing on like diabolical. It's a moose. Really cool. Really, really cool. Yeah, I've got some greatest hits in this little thing that I keep over here when I feel like playing. I don't really pull them out and play that often. It's actually got some balls to it. But yeah, so got the hot honey, got the buffalo cheddar. I did pick up a bag of they're kind of the Brim's brand Funyuns, which are pretty good too. $1.25. It actually has stuff in it. Some of the bags pick it up and it's like from here down there's something in it. It's like, well, that's disappointing. So I'll probably watch a movie tonight or something. Have some popcorn. It'll be exciting. Try and unwind a little bit. I got a call from the mechanic in the morning. See if we can get the car in to have him take a look. I think I can build the estate for it because of all the running around we're doing for the estate. It's kind of one of those that I'm just going to try and beg forgiveness. It's not like, we're taking advantage of. We put our lives pretty much on hold to try and handle business. So you can fix the car that we're using to do everything. You know what I mean? I don't think the judge will be mad at me on that one. I hope. There's a lot of things that I can't pay for. I can't do. You know what I mean? Because I don't have justification to do it. That one, the estate pays for our gas. I keep about half the receipts. There are times that I don't even bother. There are times that I do. This one, I think they can pick up the bill on this. Because I'm willing to bet whatever went wrong is only going wrong because, Pix is driving an hour and a half every day that she comes here. Or when we go see my dad or go handle some business for him at, government office or something like that. Putting a lot of wear and tear on our car. So I'm going to go ahead and call it here. So hug your parents, hug your kids, have fun. Do your one brick, but have that time. That's what I'm being told to. So, make it a great day.